is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We just came back from Battle to End Alzheimer's, and it was a great event. Awesome showing. Joe from War Games Live was there streaming all weekend, so check out his videos. Our fourth game is up on that, which we'll leave in the description below. But every single game we'll be going over a battle report. So if you guys are clicking on the video, this video is all about the list. And then we'll be doing the battle reports individually, so that way you guys can see whichever army you guys are playing, whether it be the opponent or the speed freaks. You guys can see what we did good, what we could do better, and how we get better at obviously the game in front of you. So if you guys are new to the channel, appreciate you clicking on the video. We are very competitive in 40k, but a guy that you want to have a beer with. That's kind of our mindset over at the Dirtbag Nation. We want to coach people on the core mechanics and getting better at the game. In general, if you're consistent with the game, you will get better every single time. It's not about knowing everything about the game and every rule and every army. Myself, I don't know anything. I just know the core rules. I know my army, and I play the game. That's it. So we're going to be going over what we liked about the list, what we would change, if anything. The new Wazdaka we just did a live video report on. You can check that out. So that is going to be a huge addition to this specific list, and maybe the ability to add more bikes even after the 18 bikes that we already have. So we'll get into the video. Quick shout out to the sponsors. We have new merch up on the site. I'll just give a quick shout out to that. If you guys like any of these designs, they're all custom designed. You guys can check those out on the merch store. That supports us a lot over here. And if you guys want that professional coach in your corner, you head over to Patreon page. You get all these videos, especially the ones that are coming up on the battle report, on patreon.com first, before they hit YouTube. And we were the #1 Green Knight player a couple years ago, Chaos Space Marine 2 years ago, Death Guard last year, and this year we're already the #1 Orc player in the United States. So shout out to all my other Orc players out there. You guys coming up and say, yo, I learned a lot from your channel already. I appreciate it. I do this for you guys, especially the Patreons. Wouldn't be doing this without you guys. So guys, I really appreciate it. Let's get into the quick shout out to the sponsors, and we'll be back for the list review. All right, guys, thanks for clicking on the video. If you guys want to support the channel, stay tuned towards the end of the video where we'll go over all of this stuff, as well as any of the links in the description below for laser lines, shirts, and gear is in all the description. So stay tuned towards the end and enjoy the video. All right, guys, so it's basically one of the hardest GTs in the Northeast. They do it every year. It's a huge sponsorship for Battle and Timers. All the fundraising goes to them. It's awesome. They do a lot of prizes, raffles, donations. Everything is just given to Alzheimer's. So I love going and I love supporting. A lot of the Dirtbags and Cuddle Buddies went this year. People all over the East Coast came, and the competition is insane. Like, you just have some of the top 100 people in ITC ELO rankings in this event. So it's kind of insane. A couple of these guys are faction specialists. A couple of these guys already have a golden ticket. They gave out 2 golden tickets this year. Our boy Cole won it. A Cuddle Buddy, he actually roomed with me, me and a fellow Cuddle Buddy. So we all roomed together, and our record was 15-2-1, which is just insane. So we'll go over some of the pictures in the battle reports. But yeah, congrats, Cole. Fucking crushed it this weekend with Space Marines. He was actually on stream live twice, if you guys want to check him out. But yeah, congrats. He won a gold ticket heading over to Barcelona for Worlds with some Space Marines, and we'll be playing 11th edition over there. So we came in second, guys, with Cult of Speed. I was shocked. We ran Green Tide last GT and won that, our first golden ticket. So this one, we actually won a second golden ticket. So 2 events in a row with GTs, with Orks, 2 golden tickets. Check. So let me know in the comments below how excited you are to see Orks competitive on YouTube, because I'm fucking excited. When you put such a fun army in front of a competitive dude that just loves the game as much as I do, and just see them perform really well, it's just, to me, it's cool. I do it for you guys. So us over the Dirtbag Nation, we got 2 golden tickets already this year with fucking Orks. All right, so Dirtbags, Orks, we had 97, 100, 197, 60 tie against Mark Earl, who's one of the top players in the world. He ran Death Watch, which is the only army I did not want to see on the fucking table. And of course, we get paired into him on game 5, which we tied. So technically, we didn't lose. We 5-0-1. And then 73 on our last game against TJ Lanigan, another awesome dude that we always play, another top player in the world, playing T-Sons. His only 2 losses was against myself, number 2, and Cole, which was number 1. So his only 2 losses against number 1, number 2. But yeah, he's a fucking awesome Chad as well. But yeah, so number 2, our win percentage, just to show you guys, it was a hard event. He had 62% win percentage. I had 66.48, and then Mark had 61. So how it works is if me and Mark, if one of us would have won, right, it would have come down to win percentage. So if I won against Mark, I technically would have been, it would have been 2 undefeateds, and then Cole and I would have been competing for the win percentage. Because last year, I think I was 6-0 with, I don't know if it was Tyler won, but somebody else won, and we were both 6-0, but he had a higher win percentage, so he took first, I took second. So this year, it would have been the same thing, where it would have been 2 undefeated, one person with higher win percentage and took a second. So that's how that goes. But we had ties, so Cole was the only one undefeated, which took the first place undefeated world golden ticket. So let's go over the list, guys. It was very similar to the last battle reports that you saw on the channel. The RTT that we just had 3 games, so there's a lot of games on Cult of Speed right now. So go check those out on the channel. But let's get into what we changed and what we liked and what we would change moving forward. So we have Boss Nickrot. Him in Orks is just phenomenal. I think him in almost every single list is a must. He's very, very, very good late game. He's one of the only ones with loan up that you don't have to worry about being shot with indirect or anything like that. He mainly is camping out the top left objective or screening out the top left while your commandos are a little bit forward, so that way they can move out on the objective and do an action. But he is basically there, so that way when you get recover assets, behind enemy lines, locusts, engage in all fronts, sabotage, anything that late game turn 3, 4, or 5, you basically just be able to pick them up, put them anywhere on the table outside of like line of sight and getting shot at, and then doing the action. Sometimes I actually commit him to just get recover assets to get that flat 5 instead of getting the 3, because you go deployment zone, middle, and then enemies deployment zone to get 5 points. Just pick him up, put him somewhere defensive, and then try to get that recover instantly instead of sabotage where he has to survive. So one of the best dudes out there, 6 wounds as well, with the 5-up invuln save. Then we have the Wartrike. This guy, the auto advance 6 is just so scary. Even though his base is so big, he is usually starting on the bottom board and then advancing 18 towards the advancing objective for the opponent. Because a lot of times if you get tempting target turn 1, you want to be able to have the opportunity to get that objective, which is one of the hardest ones to get on turn 1 every single time. So he's always starting on the bottom to auto advance 18. He can shoot with the Waz Blasta, which is the enhancement, and also move after that. So he's going to advance 18, shoot, and then move another 6. So it's going to be able to steal, tie, or control that objective in the top right if needed, if you have tempting target, or deny secondary or primary, or just kill somebody on that point. He is there to do that portion of the table. Then we have Gazgul Thraka. So this guy is just so good. He's hard not to bring to the list every single time. I added him in the list compared to the first time I ran this, and there was just no killing power. Like really, it's so up in the air with rockets that in melee, the bikes don't kill anything. The bikes, I learned after the 6 games of playing this, is they are literally there for chaff. We have 3 wound and 4 wound bikes there for chaff and screen blocking and being 2 OC. That's literally their whole job. So you need some type of killing power in the list to threaten your opponent by keeping like kind of towards the top left 2 objectives and being like, come at me. Because if you do, Gaz is coming out to play. So he is there to basically take on the bigger targets, the tanks, the Terminators, the 4-wound Terminators, the 4-wound models. Like he's there to threaten that with a 20-man boys unit and a Pain Boy. People ask the Pain Boy or the Mech Boy. The Pain Boy is on every single list besides Warhorde that gets the additional movement. Because with Warhorde, there's the enhancement with +2 advance, +2 charge, and then the strat +2 advance, +2 charge, or something like that. Basically, you get an extra 4-inch move to move through models. No other detachment has that. So the Pain Boy is a lot better because you're never going to be moving through models most of the time, and that 5-up feeling of pain plus bringing boys back is what's so good with the Pain Boy. He has his own power claw, so that's additional power claw in the list or in the unit. 5-up feel no pain, so even outside the wall, they still can make some of their saves, because without the wall, they usually just get shot and die. So having the 5-up feel no pain gives it a little bit of better bolter fire saves than nothing. Plus, again, the additional bringing back boys lets you essentially always get that threat range. So it helped out every single time I brought boys back. Anytime they shot 1 to 2 boys, I'm like, all right, here we go. Bring back D3, put 2 inches further, call the wall, advance, and charge. And then you just got basically an extra 4-inch movement because you made a boy 2 inches ahead of you. So that's why the Pain Boy is so good in every single list with Gaz. Then Zod, I made a video recently about Zod, so go check that one out. But Zod, I think, also could be in every list. So you have such good orc characters, and now with Wazdaka coming out, there's just going to be so many characters in this list. It's going to be insane. But Zod with 20 Gretchen scares most of my opponents. Knowing me, knowing how I play Horde, Zod with 20 Gretchen is one of the scariest units I've ever played. Hands down. So if people don't kill him before the wall, they are untouchable. They basically steal the opponent's home field every single time. They deny primary, they screen, they kill with Zod himself. Like Zod just murders Marines like it's his job. But yeah, Zod God, Scout 9 helps a ton, but having the 20 Gretchen, extra CP potential, and the threat range of speed 12 in a all 12-inch move army is kind of scary. So Zod's in the list for that reason. And if you look at the entire list, is 2OC. The only non-2OC is Boss Snickrot, Flash Gits, and that's it. Everything is 2OC or 3OC. Commandos are 1OC, but everything is 2OC with the Gretchen, and it's just so much OC. It's wounds and OC, so hard to chew through. We have the 20 boys. Usually you start them defensively, like you're going to start them either in that bottom ruin, or if you're doing a slanted deployment or search and destroy, you're starting in the top left portion of it, behind that one terrain feature on layout 1. So that way they can basically run up to that little L and then stage there. And you're going to have a boy start on your home field objective. So you're going to have 1 boy on the objective, 2 boys 2 inches away from them, and then you're going to have 2 boys 2 inches away from them, usually more in the back of cover. So that way they're kind of like doing a U. So that way they're really hard to see and shoot at from the other side of the table. And then the rest of them are all clumped up right by Gaz and mccauley, where you're going to be staging them. So when you run turn 1, the guys on the objective are going to make it sticky, and then they're going to run kind of like diagonal, so that way they're running behind the buildings so they can't be shot at. So that's kind of how you're going to stage on turn 1. And actually 2 or 3 games, I deployed them off the table. Layout 6 is brutal, so anything with layout 6 or crazy shooting lanes, you're going to be starting them off the table if you're going against an army that has a ton of shooting and can one-round them, like Deathwatch and stuff like that. So Knights, Deathwatch, and anything that has a ton of firepower like that, you're going to rapid gas instead of starting them on the table. So rapid and gas in this detachment is not that bad, because usually you're so fast that you're not going to be screened. So you're using your speed and quickness to have them not screen you and kill their screens. And then once it's turn 2 or turn 3, you're going to be able to rapid gas. And most of the time, you're going to rapid him on bottom 2 or top of 2 or bottom 3. Yeah, because if you go first, you have to do it bottom 3 or bottom 2. Yeah, so if you go first, you're doing it on bottom of 2. If you're going second, you're doing it on top of 2 to rapid gas. So, and then we got 18 Deathcopters. So these guys, they are the heart of the list. I found out, again, after 6 games playing these guys, if they die too early, you're going to lose the game. A lot of times we deep struck either 1 or 2 units of these guys, because it's hard to get them into 9-inch range of something you actually want to kill. They're really good to obviously going into 3 wound models. Kind of ignore the tanks. You're not going to use them to kill tanks. You're using them to kill transports, and most of the time Terminator units or 2 wound units that are in groups of 10 or more. We had our 1 fill when we ran into World Eater player with Berserkers running 20 Berserkers. So we finally got to do 63 plus 24 shots, which is amazing. 28 shots, 6, 12, 20, 24 shots. So it was 63 plus 24. Plus sustain hits too. Like we lived the dream, guys. It was amazing to shoot that many times. But yeah, these guys are going to be hanging back. If they had no target, you're not bringing them out. You're waiting for their big targets or big units to come down and come out for them to come out, because you're going to be able to advance and shoot with them. And then you're going to deep strike 1 or 2 of them. So you're going to deep strike or rapid them. We didn't wrap it as much with Gaz off the table. When Gaz is off the table, we're rapping Gaz. But when Gaz was on the table, we can rapid a unit of Deathcopters if they leave their backfield open, which sometimes they do. So they leave their backfield open, so we just rapid 6 Copters in the backfield. So that way on my turn, I can basically just advance, shoot, and charge their home field and just steal their home field. That was actually a couple games, which I'll talk about. So you're going to be rapping them or just deep striking 9 and shooting pretty far away, because they shoot, 24 inches? So you're going to be shooting them as far away as you possibly can to keep them defensive, getting angles. And if you can get rid of their cover, you're going to get rid of their cover. So if you can't get rid of their cover, just kind of get the angle. If you can get rid of their cover, deep strike a little bit closer, so that way you can just shoot directly and give them no cover. Because AP2 is really good, especially against Terminators. AP2, no cover, is way better than AP2 with cover. 3-up save and 4-up save, huge on Terminators. So that is kind of the goal with the Deathcopters, is don't rely on them to hit. If they hit, it's lucky. If they don't hit, that's usually how it is. So they hit on 5s. Anything with stealth, you're not really going to hit at all. Using the strat with lethal or sustained, even if they have stealth, you're still going to be able to lethal on 5s. That was the trick around it. So if they have like stealth or -1 to hit, just do the lethal strat if you're within 5. So that way any 5s you get, you still crit on 5s. The sustained 2 is if they have a squad of like blast or more, you're not going to go for sustain 2 unless it's like a big target you really need to kill, or if it's a squad of 5 with blast or 10 or more with blast, because then the sustain 2 is just bananas, right? Can't believe I just said bananas. Flash kits was the addition I added compared to the last list. The flash kits were really good for late game, so they're basically going to be in reserves. You can't put Gaz off the table and them because it's too many points. So anytime Gaz is off the table, they have to start on the table, usually in your deployment zone, like in the back terrain of your deployment zone. And then if Gaz is on the table, they start off the table. And then you can also, on layout 1, you can walk them up, turn them kind of sideways so that way their guns are facing forward, and you can shoot directly down the right side of the table on layout 1 with that 6-inch rectangle ruin on the bottom in 30 inches. You can just walk them 6 inches, turn the guns to look that way, and you have that entire board on the right side to shoot at anything. And usually it's the closest target, so you're getting 20 shots, hitting on 5s, 6-1-2, sustain hits 1, you can lethal if you want, but like it's a really cool shooting unit for late game. So after on turn 2 or 3, you can bring them in, just murder whatever they're in, because usually all the bikes and everything are already staged, and then they're in the second rank or third rank coming on the table to shoot at some chaff or infantry. 20 Gretchen with Zod, watch a video on that. 10 Gretchen in the backfield, screening out the entire game. Commandos, they're really good for turn 1 actions and secondaries and screening. So most of the time you have one of the commandos in the center ruin, trying not to be shot 1 inch away from the wall, so that way they can either stop area denial on turn 1, because if you start them 6 inches away from the center, they have to kill them turn 1 if they get area denial. You don't want to give up a free 5-point area denial. So if they're in the center, they have to somehow figure out how to kill them behind a wall 1 inch away while within 6 inches of the center. So that's a really good idea to start them there. Try not to be seen. And then the other ones are on the top left on your expansion objective, so that way you have Boss Snicker up behind them, behind cover, and then they're in the cover, so that way they can walk out and get onto the objective to do an action on turn 1. I already said the tempting target is for your bikes down south, but these two guys are for the center and then the top left. This thing is freaking awesome. I love this thing so much. So advance, shoot, charge with this thing. It actually is not bad in combat. It's like 4 attacks, 7-1-2, which is kind of nuts. And the custom shock rifle, hitting on 3s, AP2, D6 plus 1 dev. I think I shot something big and dev'd it. Like I just rolled the 6 to wound. I was like, oh shit, dev, and then did like 5 or 6 damage to it. It was amazing, but it's really scary. You tell your opponent like up front, this guy has precision, hits on 3s. I think it's like 6-2 D6 plus 1 dev precision. So they're like, oh shit. I'm like, how many wounds does your leader have? Like kind of like playing the mind game before we start the game, so that way they always hide their character. And if they ever show their character, you want to try and like get him in that angle to try and snipe out their character. But most of the time, he's screening out the backfield. He's getting up, doing a burn, or moving up. Can't advance and burn, but like you can move up 12, get on an objective, burn, hop 12, just steal an objective or get on an objective and wait next turn. So there's a lot of different things that this guy can do in Speed Freaks specifically. But the base size was never an issue. So I might actually add another one of these once we have the 36 bikes on the table. Finishing off the list, we have our 18 bikes. One of them obviously is led with the Wartrike. The other two are just solo. It's hard to move these guys on turn one, but you're staging. So turn one, you have the guys in the bottom for the 18 inches going straight. You have one kind of in the center ruin, can't be shot at, and you have the other ones in the top left. So that way they can run behind Gaz's unit. So you have Scout 9 from Gretchen, and then they scooch up turn one. Gaz runs behind them, so that way Gaz can countercharge if they ever charge the Gretchen. And then you have the bikes behind Gaz, try not to be shot from different angles. So that's kind of like the layering. And then on your Wa turn, the bikes can advance through first. Gaz can then go through walls, and then Gretchen can just fucking sprint for your opponent's deployment zone and steal their home field objective. And that usually is how the WoW works with Speed Freaks. So that's the list, guys. If you guys want to check out any of the battle reports, they're all coming up on Patreon first. So head over to Patreon to support the channel. If you guys want that professional coach, myself included, in your corner for Orks, Grey Knights, Death Guard, Chaos Space Marines, any armies that you guys play, we can have that professional coach, myself or another Dirtbag Nation, help you out, especially before 11th edition. Once 11th edition helps, everybody's going to want that coach in their corner to ask questions, bounce ideas off of. That's what the Dirtbag Nation and Patreon page is all about. And again, if you want to support the channel, check out the merch up on the description below. But yeah, all these videos are going ahead on Patreon first, then YouTube. So check that out. And 5 games, 1 live. So that's all coming up. So guys, appreciate it. Good luck. Let me know in the comments below what you're looking forward to, and we'll see you in another video soon. All right, guys, thanks for sticking towards the end of the video. If you guys want to support the channel, all the links in the description below, which we'll go over. But these right here, we have 3D prints of Cypher, Tech Priest, Phobo Libby, Combi Libby, Lieutenant, Calidus, Codiez, and the Lord of Contagion. All those are up for sale. Message me on Discord. All these widgets, the 6-inch, 2-inch, 3-inch, 1-inch, they pop out. Those are up for sale. The 9-inch widget, the 1 CP token, where you guys can keep track of the CP every single game. The token markers for Chaos and Grey Knights, they're poker chips. Those are really good for sticky objectives. And then also the wound gauges and the fuck you and fuck me tokens are up for sale as well. And we have a new sponsor, Snot Goblin Terrain. They are really, really cool. What's great about them is you can customize them for any layout. So if you run Games Workshop layout, or if you run WTC layout, you can run it that way. And the best part, it's super hard plastic, not going to break on you. And also it's all fully painted. So check on the link below if you guys want to check these guys out. We use them in our streams and they look super awesome on the stream, but it's really good to travel into all your stores and bring them with you. So check those guys out. Then we still have 3D6 Wargaming, where if you guys want some custom templates, you guys can click on these. And then our new and improved Rexar lasers, laser lights with the Dirtbag logo on them. These guys are at a lot of local GTs, especially in the Texas area, but these lines are, or these lasers are rechargeable. So definitely be picking this up. I'm going to be getting sent one of these so I can show you guys on the live stream and stuff like this. But you guys get the Dirtbags and the lasers rechargeable, so highly recommend the Rexar lasers in the description below. Look at this. Look at that line. It is so good. And it's rechargeable. At the top, it's got the USB. Just plug it right in. Good to go. This shit is legit. And lastly, guys, the merch store. This I love seeing at GTs. When you see it across the room, you see your own logo, which is so cool. It's the red, white, and blue. We have the hats as well. They're all flex fit with the Dirtbags logo on the back. I just love wearing backwards hats. But all of these are available in the Printify shop. It's print to order, so you can get all of these shirts, different sizes, different colors. We also have the old school stuff. We have the Nurgling. We have mugs, which you can fit your entire hand in, and some of the Grey Knight logos as well. So let me know what I'm missing. You can message me on Discord, but stay tuned. If you guys are interested in the Patreon, that'll come up last. So appreciate it, guys, and let's keep it going. What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are interested in joining the Dirtbag Nation over at patreon.com, you get a bunch of perks. What we did in 2024 was we really expanded. I had traveled a ton and I played my ass off in 40k. Right now we're ranked #1 best player in the United States on ITC rankings. We were the #1 Chaos Space Marine player in the world this year in 2024. 2 years ago, we got ranked #1 Grey Knight player in the world, and this year we're probably going to go into Death Guard, hopefully when the new Codex comes out, or Emperor's Children. But you guys, if you guys want that head coach or that coach always in your corner, just to ask questions, bounce ideas off, that's what the competitive Dirtbag and the Dirtbag Nation is all about. If you guys want to support the channel, you head over to patreon.com. You can join the Just a Car tab, which is $5 a month. You guys get access to the Discord Patreon tab. You have to be a patron to get into that Discord, and also I'm always there. All the other coaches are there. Basically, it's just such a good community over on Discord that you guys get specific access to it that only Patreons can get. If you guys want to bump that up, the competitive Dirtbag tier, you guys get to message me or another Grandmaster or another Dirtbag coach over the Dirtbag Nation to add unlimited questions, list ideas, list reviews, and bounce ideas off of. That's what having a coach in your corner is all about. If you guys want to bump up to the Grandmaster tier, that tier you get every perk under the sun. So basically you get access to Discord, you get one-on-one coaching, you get a call once a month if you guys would like to go over any RTTs coming up, any GTs coming up, any list reviews live over Discord chat, and also a special perk that Grandmasters get. If you guys want any video suggestions like we do all the time with these table setup that we just upgraded thanks to the Patreons, you guys get suggestions or battle reports you want to see specifically played live by a coach or myself on the next battle report, or a live battle report coming up on the Patreon. So you guys get obviously first access to all the videos. We post them first on patreon.com, but there's just a ton of benefits to having a professional coach that plays this game all the time at the very, very high competitive level in your corner at all times. And that's really what the Dirtbag Nation is all about, getting you guys better at 40K, the basics, and being good in your community. So if you guys want to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you guys in 2024, 2025. I am super stoked for, super excited for. If we really want to get a bigger studio going, that is going to be my focus in 2025, is really growing the community on YouTube and Patreon specifically. So thank you so much for 2024, all my Patreons. If you guys are interested in joining and want that coach in your corner, head over to patreon.com and support the channel. Appreciate it.